This chapter was about God making a covenant, as they say with Abram. Covenant is pretty much the only place you will hear that word outside of the Halo series on Xbox and Microsoft Windows. We don't say PC anymore because that could technically include Macs, even though I'm sure there's a way to get Halo running on an Apple device, computer, not a phone. The covenant basically just means like a holy promise with someone. And God does it a few times in the Bible. As far as I know, he has a covenant with the Jews who wander through the desert at some point, I think is correct. That's also what you hear. If you're not familiar with the Bible, you might be familiar, and you're not familiar with Halo, you might be familiar with the Ark of the Covenant, which is a figure not just in the Bible, but also Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think is the correct Indiana Jones. But yeah, he basically says, Abram, I keep saying Abram, you're going to have a whole bunch of babies, and you won't even know how many babies there are. He takes them outside and he has them look at the stars and goes, see all those stars? That's how many babies you're going to have. How many descendants? It's not just one guy. He's not just fathering that many babies, but descendants, which he foreshadowed in the previous chapter, saying it was going to be the equivalent of dust particles. Keep trying to say grains of dust, but that's grains of sand. The equivalent of dust particles in the earth. So if you can count all that dust, that's how many children you will have. That's what he says in the earlier one. That's it for chapter 15. Join me next time for chapter 16.